Good morning and welcome everybody to this edition of SafeDefend Live. After a couple weeks off for the holidays, we're back. It's only right that we brought in the guy who started this whole thing, Jeff Green. Hi, Jeffrey, founder of SafeDefend.
Good morning. Happy 2023. Yeah.
Good holiday season.
That was fantastic. It's hard to have a bad one. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah, every one that we can have is a good one. That's
right. I'll take it.
Well, there's so much going on. Of course, we've had Dr. Vecchi joining us the last several weeks, and Dr. V's with one of our clients, or preparing to go to see one of our clients today. And Dr. V talks a lot about left of bang, right of bang, talks about, getting into the mental health side of things, really just talking about a lot of different things. But why don't you kind of bring everything together for us, talk about kind of the comprehensive approach that we take, and also maybe wet the whistle a little bit on some cool things that we're looking at coming out in the next couple quarters.
Yeah, absolutely. No, 2023 is going to be an exciting year for SafeDefend and all of our clients and future clients coming on board. Bringing Dr. V on has just been a massive blessing for SafeDefend. He brings such a world of experience and understanding of really, violence and the individuals that perpetrate that, and kind of that full grasp of what all goes on. And I think that what's that really has allowed us to do is something we've been striving for quite a while and have been moving towards. And then with him, we've been able to really get it rolling. But no other company in the country really takes a comprehensive approach like we do. There's a lot of notification companies out there. There's a lot of training companies out there. No one is as focused as we are, from supporting clients, from even pre-crisis, from identification of potential issues, response, mental health, preparation, prevention, all of those aspects that really allow either to prevent or to mitigate a crisis coming up. And then, God forbid, if there is a crisis, we have the most comprehensive notification, training, and response side of that. So no other company is really pulling all of those pieces together and looking at it. I call it the alpha and the omega. From the beginning to the end, focusing on supporting clients, supporting our schools, supporting our future customers as well with this approach. And it's really exciting to be able to bring this and roll this out. We're also exploring a potential partnership that's got a lot of promise and it's pretty darn exciting from our perspective as well. Looking at being able to tie in emergency operation plans with emergency responders, law enforcement, fire, being able to position a school, a factory, a hospital, a client of no matter what their industry is, to really help facilitate and bring some order to that chaos when law enforcement and EMTs and fire all start arriving, if there is a crisis that takes place. So with that coming together, we've really once we're able to fully announce that and roll that out, we will really be able to deliver the most complete product, support, training, and concept that more than anybody that's ever been in this space. So it's really 2023 is going to be a very exciting year for SafeDefend.
I agree. We get here at Exxon, we get to participate in some high level stuff with you guys, and we appreciate that opportunity and really enjoy the work, believe in the mission you guys have. And I think what's cool about it is, Dr. Vecchi was such an integral addition to the SafeDefend team because of his background as a retired FBI, career FBI agent. And more importantly, I think even than that, it wasn't just kicking in doors and chasing bad guys around the world, but, to lead the behavioral science analysis, division is, he gets the left of bang, right? He understands we've said this a million times, and unfortunately it's true. You can never guarantee that you can prevent these things from happening, but you can prevent some of them from happening. And you can mitigate a great deal of this stuff by focusing on the left of bang, which you talked about.
Right.
I think then, when you look at our system with the actual notification system, obviously best in class, has been for a decade. And we don't cut corners, right? We're not out there hoping that Bluetooth works or hoping that something works. We hardwire, we do it the right way. We make sure that there's not any room for error, because we're talking about life and death, in many of these cases. One of the things that's cool, we were having a conversation about a couple of different organizations that are currently using different types of systems that utilize some of that Bluetooth scenario, and they get all these false notifications. And what ends up happening is police officers, law enforcement, it's the little boy that cried wolf. I mean, eventually you get, if every notification's false, eventually, even if they still respond, they're not responding, understanding that it's, they're going into it assuming it's not a real thing.
Right. Alarm fatigue. It's a real thing. Absolutely.
Yeah. Alarm fatigue is a real thing. So I think that what I like as a dad and as a spouse of now a retired educator is that we are, with our training programs, able to arm teachers, administrators, counselors with real training, real tools to help them identify kiddos that are in crisis, right? And I think that's something that's very important to understand. Most of these shootings, the mass majority, start with a student who's in crisis in some way. And every time there has been signs. I mean, there's been things, and that's not an indictment on the people at those schools. It's that we got to make sure that people have the training and the understanding of how to notice these things, and the steps to take to try to get these kids in crisis the help they need, so that it doesn't get to the point where we got to hit that activation button.
Absolutely. Well, I think the other thing that's really exciting about Dr. Vecchi coming on board is, we've got our own criminal minds or mind hunter expert sitting in a few feet away from us all. But, he was really able to validate that, what we were doing was definitely the right path. Now, he's certainly brought an enhancement and definitely much broader opportunities for us to support our clients because of his experience. But SafeDefend was on a really good path before. We were addressing it in a way nobody else was, and having that validation was pretty exciting. And then now having him be able to help us, really support and grow our ability to support our clients, and whether it's through just training or whether it's through training in a system. And that's been really exciting for me as well. We always felt like we were doing the right thing and doing it the way it needed to be done. And then to get that validation was great. And then now to make it even better is fantastic. We're excited about that.
Yeah. And I think, Dr. V, he's got such a good mix. He's Professor Vecchi, he's Dr. Vecchi, he's not a guy that is all theory. He's not a guy that's all field. He's done it all. And that's what I love about it. And it's not stuff that he's done years ago and he's built. I mean, he's actively a college professor. He's done everything from door knocking to door kicking to
writing books.
He's done it all.
Yeah.
And I think when you have that kind of well-rounded individual that's in charge of your training, that's looking at what our process is, looking at our system, and he's looking at it from an operator's perspective as well as a trainer's perspective. And I think that's really incredible. And then we add to that your perspective as prior to launching SafeDefend, a career educator and administrator. I think we understand the pulse. The other thing I'd really commend you for is you're constantly talking to our current clients, the folks that are in the buildings, that are in the businesses, that are out there, every day thinking of these scenarios. I think that, next week on SafeDefend Live, we're going to have a guest. Mr. Evans is going to be joining us next week.
Right.
It's it's in the it's not in the school, it's in a private sector. And I think that that's really something cool. And I think it's important for people to understand. Unfortunately, our society, we always talk about the schools for obvious reasons, but there are literally shootings in job sites literally every day in this country.
Pretty much.
And it's stuff that we've got to pay attention to. People, the number one responsibility, Dave and I say this here at Exxon, we say this to our clients. We feel this. I know you feel this. Number one responsibility to an employer is that their employees go home safe. They go home the same shape they showed up in the morning, right? They're healthy, they're happy. They put in a good day of work. They in schools, they're educating their kids. In business, they're out there delivering goods to people all over the world. And, it's important work, and they need to be able to go to work knowing that their employer has created as safe of an environment as possible. And of course, we believe that starts with training, right?
Absolutely.
And that's, and I love the direction of the left of bang. I love that. We've talked about that for years. To be quite frank, we knew it needed to happen, but now we have the staff to do it, with
Right.
the expertise. We didn't want to just put something out there and hope it was right. We know this is right. We know this works. And so, this is stuff Dr. V's bringing in from literally deployments all over the world.
Yeah.
So it's not when we tie, and people will get to know Dr. Vecchi. He's way too smart for me, Jeff. He makes my head hurt, but I'm a simple guy. But I'll tell you what though, his passion and his understanding of this is unmatched. He's
absolutely.
truly the best out there.
We literally have the most knowledgeable expert on our staff for prevention, intervention, notification, response, anything and everything that needs to be supported. We have the top expert in the country on SafeDefend staff, and that's really, it goes back to what my opening statements is. This is where we've always wanted SafeDefend to be that go-to source for anything that needs to be done to support, prevent, identify, respond, mental health. We are the one-stop shop in the country, and we're continuing to expand our offerings in that regard, and have new ways to support. 2023 is truly going to be the year where SafeDefend can get on site, get to your school, get to your business, get to your company, and really make a difference for you.
Well, we're making it easy, right? We've got different level packages you can choose from that fit your budget, that fit your staff. We can stack those packages. You can do a series. Absolutely. We can do customized training for you if that's what you need. And we obviously are big believers in training, as well as our system, obviously. But, even if you have the greatest system, if people don't understand really how it works or what their steps are.
Oh, sure. Absolutely.
It doesn't matter. And we've worked on training for years here at SafeDefend, but I think it's at a whole different level now. And that's what's exciting. We saw it at the second half of 2022. We really started seeing things starting to really go in the training area. There's been a lot of effort, a lot of time, a lot of resources poured into it. And you should be commended for that, because to be quite frank, a lot of people just try to throw a Band-Aid on the problem. And you're taking the time and, most importantly, invest in the resources necessary to give an end result that's going to result in safer buildings, safer businesses, safer people. And, that doesn't just happen. So I commend you for that, Jeff.
I appreciate that. That's been the goal from day one.
Right. Well, brother, I'm going to give you last thoughts. We're going to get off here and get on with our day.
Hey, absolutely. No, happy 2023, everyone. Please reach out to us. We're very excited to be able to support through training, through our system, through a combination. Really help make 2023 one of the safest years we can. At some point we'll have to bring Craig back, because I'm sure his fan club is probably going to be.
I'm getting hate mail. Hate mail.
Wondering where he is. So for all of Craig's fans out there, we'll get him back on at some point here in the near future as well. But please join us every week to really find out how we can help you make 2023 the safest year possible.
I appreciate it, brother. I want to thank everybody as well. We appreciate you joining us. Again, you can see the replay on this on Second Banana Media, as well as SafeDefend Facebook. You can catch it on Second Banana Media, on Second Banana Media YouTube, or Second Banana Media Facebook, or SafeDefend Facebook. If you have any questions, go to safedefend.com and fire Jeff an email. All the information is right there to reach him. Appreciate it, Jeff. Have a great weekend.
All right. You too. Go Chiefs.
Go Chiefs.